local people, important issues. CBS 10 WILM's weekly focus on the Lower Cape Fear region. This is Byline Wilmington with your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. A new local company contracted to take over the New Hanover County solid waste disposal operations could make history as the first in the U.S. to develop a revolutionary trash disposal process that either recycles or converts solid waste to fuel. Sound too good to be true? Well, we'll find out. Our guests are a part of this new company. It's called R3 Environmental, and that's the company that was recently awarded the contract from New Hanover County for their solid waste disposal. Robin Granthal is the CEO of the company, and Clayton Gazelle is the Chief Operating Officer. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
This process has gotten quite a lot of buzz in the region, and I don't know if you can, in simple terms, give us a sort of a capsule of how it works. I don't know, Clayton, Robin?
I'll try in simple terms. We collect all the waste, the MSW as we call it, municipal solid waste, is delivered to our processing facility that we'll build. And what we do from there is basically pull out all the large bulky items first, and then we send the rest of the waste, everything combined, through our automated system.
Is that plastic and everything?
It's everything.
It's everything.
It goes through bag openers. We open all the trash. It enters in conveyors and goes through machine after machine and basically sorts out the large stuff. And then we send it into really our innovative technology. It's a machine that takes all the organics out, the paper, the food waste, which is 65% of the waste stream, typically. But it takes that organic in that machine and converts it into, it really decomposes it into more of an original state, into a fibrous state. And combined with that will still be the plastics and the metals and the glass.
And so that has to be further refined.
Right. So as it comes out of that machine, you've got the decomposed organics and the plastics, metals, and glass, and then we further sort that.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier to sort it. We're not trying to separate contaminated paper from the rest of it.
One of the big pluses that's been talked about is that it's going to do away with the necessity of a landfill. Is that accurate?
Right. Primarily, yes. We want to minimize dependency on landfills.
But a landfill will still be used?
There's still, right now, until we refine the process, our goal is to divert 80+%, to get up to 90% diversion
either
from the
recycled
landfill.
or
reused as fuel. Because we take that biomass that we get, it's called cellulosic biomass, that decomposed fiber, and then that becomes our feedstock, or what we use to turn it into fuel. So we can create electricity or ethanol or other byproducts.
Because there's been a lot of discussion about the landfill being mined,
right.
so to speak, for methane gas. First of all, what is methane gas? How do you mine it? I know I'm asking the question, and I'm saying don't get too technical because folks won't be able to or care to follow, perhaps.
Do you want to?
Sure. Methane exists in every landfill. It even exists
It's produced by decomposing
organics.
Organics.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And they've learned over the years it's actually a very good fuel source.
So, what do you do? Sell that?
Well, you can either sell it, or in our case, we'll probably use it as boiler fuel to help generate electricity. So essentially,
for your own operation?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. Essentially, what they do is they'll put little mining wells throughout the landfill. There's probably 25-ish plus years of methane to be recaptured from there. So
there's a store of methane gas in our landfill?
There is. That landfill is currently about 7 stories tall. It's been out there for 20 plus years, so there's a lot of methane built up in there.
And there's been some discussion about the issue of mining the landfill. Some say that it could be dangerous because it would release some toxic waste that has built up in this?
There's a general lack of misunderstanding there. when you picture mining a landfill, most people think of mining because all they're really used to, for example, is coal mining, where you're going down below the earth. Landfill mining is a little different. You actually scrape top layers off each day, so you may take a foot or 2 feet off in any given day. And again, the reason we want to do that is to recapture what's recyclable. So it's currently full of glass, metals, plastics.
So you want to mine it not only for the gas, but for the solids that are still there that haven't
that have value. That's correct.
I see.
That's correct. So ultimately, over time, you end up you shrink the size of the landfill a little bit each day, but it's not like you're burrowing under. You're actually just scraping the top.
And this idea of releasing mercury and other dangerous toxins, is there any truth to that, or is there any basis for that?
No, not really. I mean, there obviously are trace amounts of different things in there.
Do you have to get a permit for this?
Yes, we do.
Is that, who issues that? The state?
The state does.
And is there an environmental component to issuing that?
There sure is, yeah.
Does a study have to be done?
A study will be done, and the county has a number of studies. They're required by the state to do a lot of studies currently, so it would just be a couple more in addition to that.
Is it hard to get that mining permit?
Well, we would be the first in the state of North Carolina to receive it. We've talked to the state. We've had our environmental consulting firm speak with the state, so is the county. They see no reason we wouldn't be issued the permit. They do the mining for remediation purposes already, but this is for reclamation, and they've issued a reclamation permit.
Remediation?
Remediation is if there's an issue or a problem with a landfill and they're required to go in and fix it, so they'll mine for that purpose.
You're getting it for another reason?
We're doing it for reclamation to reclaim
that stuff and recycle it.
Right. And the process is being done throughout the United States very successfully.
That process of mining?
Yes, of mining for reclamation. It's just not occurred in North Carolina yet, except for industrial landfills. There are permits for that. But we see no problem. And we're developing a mining plan at this point through our environmental consulting firm, and that'll be submitted along with the proposal to capture, recover the methane. So it's a process that is rather lengthy and very thorough.
But the landfill component is just one of the components to this whole system that you're
absolutely. That's really probably the second to third step. You know, building our processing facility is the first and foremost. The mining won't occur until probably the 4th year. Okay,
we're going to take a break. We'll come back. This is a big project, and it's sort of revolutionary. It's not been done before. How expensive is all of this? We'll find out about that and what it takes to make this happen when we come back. Stay with us.
Don't get me started.